Best hidden gems in Phoenix. Number 1. Roadrunner Farmers Market. Beep, beep. Fresh local produce is coming your way at the Roadrunner Farmers Market in Northeast Phoenix, near Paradise Valley. One of the best things about living in a warm climate is the year-round farmers markets. This one has been offering local fruits and veggies, baked goods, jams and jellies, natural pork, beef and fish, and handcrafted items since 1990. The hidden gem here is the sweet, raw, locally sourced, and ethically harvested honey. It's also family and phyto-friendly. There's a playground, a fishing pond with ducks and geese, a swimming pool, special events, and more. Number 2. Dendiform Column Bank. This surreal building designed by famed architect Frank Henry is probably one of the most original banks you'll ever see. Surrounded by towering, mushroom-shaped columns, this Phoenix landmark was built in 1968. Today it's a functioning branch of Chase Bank that draws in architecture lovers and photographers along with its steady stream of clients. Pull over into the parking lot with its towering palms and stroll around to admire the architectural details of Henry's mid-century style. A dozen dendiform, tree-shaped columns are strewn randomly around this award-winning building, creating an ambiance that's somewhere between a 1950s drive-in and a sci-fi movie set. The bank is a true standout with large stones embedded in its walls, sculptures of shapely women and windows that perfectly frame views of Camelback Mountain. Frank Henry was a teacher at the nearby prestigious Frank Lloyd Wright School of Architecture, where he was admired by students for his originality and dry humor. He designed this bank as a young architect, and today it's still one of his best-known creations. Number 3. Papago Park. Instead of a hole in the wall, we present you with the hole in the rock. Most Phoenicians are familiar with this natural geological formation, but newcomers might not be. You can hike this Red Butte Formation in beautiful Papago Park, just minutes from downtown and the airport, near Phoenix Zoo and Desert Botanical Garden. The park also features desert plants like the giant saguaro cactus, 7 acres of stocked fishing lagoons, and a golf course. Number 4. Phoenix Bat Cave in Paradise Valley. Speaking of Paradise Valley, head to the Maricopa County Flood Control Tunnel at Camelback Road and 40th Street from spring to summer around sunset to watch several thousand Mexican free-tailed bats take off to find dinner. Number 5. Phoenix Sonoran Preserve. Located just north Phoenix is the newest Sonoran Desert Preserve, comprised of more than 9,600 acres of wild, unspoiled desert. The preserve features 36 miles of multi-use paths and wide-open trails for hiking and biking. A major perk is that it's less crowded and more relaxed than Camelback. There are 3 trailhead locations: Desert Vista, Desert Hills, and Apache Wash. Enjoy expansive views of the mountains and desert filled with creosote-filled flats, Palo Verde-studded hillsides, and loads of saguaro cacti. Be on the lookout for wildlife including red-tailed hawks, cactus wrens, and sometimes even wildflowers. Number 6. Desert Botanical Gardens. Whether it's a day out with the fam or date night, Desert Botanical Gardens is more than just a very prickly yard. Hike to the top of the Sonoran Desert Nature Loop Trail for mountain views and see the wildflowers and blooming cacti on the Harriet K. Maxwell Desert Wildflower Loop Trail. From October 12, 2019, through May 10, 2020, you can catch the wild rising by cracking art, an installation of more than 1,000 animal sculptures made from colorful and recyclable plastic. There's also local live music in the garden. Gertrude's Restaurant serves farm-to-table style brunch, lunch, dinner, cocktails, and kids' meals. Desert Botanical Gardens appears on many a must-see list. But the hidden gem here is the garden shop, where you can stock up on watercolor cactus prints, unique outdoor lighting, and prickly pear products, from margarita mix to barbecue sauce. The gardens also accept Culture Pass. Number 7. Book Gallery. Book Gallery is a treasury of second-hand books and collectibles tucked inside a nondescript strip mall. Old comic books and classic toys are lovingly arranged in wooden cases alongside rare first editions and leather-bound classics. The displays of colorful vintage Americana are worth a visit in themselves. The shop's facade looks a bit plain, but inside it's a 5,000 square foot maze of tall wooden bookcases where a bibliophile can easily spend hours browsing. If you're looking for inspiration to get off your social media and Netflix, then an afternoon here will rekindle your love for the written word. The cozy ambiance and unpretentious service makes Book Gallery a great spot to find some local souvenirs or cool off from the heat. Book Gallery is a great destination whether you're looking for the latest bestseller, a rare out-of-print tome, or an album on Arizona as a souvenir. There's a great selection of signed first editions and leather-bound novels. The children's and YA sections are also well stocked with beloved classics. Number 8. Pioneer Living History Museum. This sprawling open-air museum features reconstructed log cabins, old Western shops, and antiques that will transport you to the Wild West. Stroll through this 90-acre museum and admire original buildings that date back to the 1870s. Displays include the quaint cabin where Arizona's first senator was raised and reproductions of blacksmith and carpenter shops. Reconstructions of workshops like the miner's cabin and stage shop offer an incredible look at the everyday life of Arizona's pioneers. The museum boasts 30 different historic buildings, both original and reconstructed, that date from the 1880s to the early 1900s. Don't miss original structures like the gorgeous Victorian house with its white picket fence. And visit the Phoenix Bakery, built in 1881 and the first in the territory to offer delivery via a horseless carriage. For history buffs, the Flying V cabin dates back to 1880 and was used during the region's last Apache War. Number 9. The Mystery Castle. Located in the foothills of South Mountain Park, the Mystery Castle is a unique stone mansion built in the 1930s and one unique hidden gem of Phoenix. When Boyce Luther Gully found out he had tuberculosis in the prime of his life, he left his family for the desert to build a home for his wife and daughter. He constructed this interesting and quirky castle from found or inexpensive materials over the course of 15 years. In addition to mortar, cement, calcium, and goat milk, the sprawling 3-story 18-room castle is made from stone, adobe, car parts, salvaged rail tracks from a mine, telephone poles, and more. It has 13 fireplaces, a chapel, a cantina, and a dungeon. The castle is open for tours from October through May from 11 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., Thursday through Sunday. The innovative and eccentric design is a sight to behold, and the view of downtown Phoenix off in the distance is phenomenal. Be prepared for uneven footing and stairs. The property is not wheelchair, stroller, or walker friendly. A word to the wise: they only accept cash, and the primitive site has porta potties instead of plumbing. Number 10. Arizona Fall League Baseball. We're sure you're aware of the Major League Baseball team in Phoenix, but what about another Phoenix sports hidden gem? Fall signals the end of baseball season for most of the U.S., but not in Arizona. 6 area teams compete in the Arizona Fall League: the Mesa Solar Sox, Salt River Rafters, Scottsdale Scorpions, Glendale Desert Dogs, Peoria Javelinas, and the Surprise Saguaros. The off-season league attracts many of the top minor league prospects, mostly AA and AAA players. It's fun to watch, and temperatures are a lot more tolerable in the fall. Although there are no games in Phoenix proper, there are 6 different baseball complexes in the surrounding areas of Mesa, Scottsdale, Glendale, Peoria, and Surprise, Arizona.